Recently, there's been a lot of discussion on the archery internet forums about proper archery form. And I've been trying to describe expansion in the shoulders and the rotation of the string arm, elbow, and shoulder. In this example, you can see the elbow going to the rear, rotating around because the rhomboids in the back are pulling the string and not the arm. Arnie Moe's got some great examples of this in his videos. But note that there's that the elbow makes a J as it's pulled to the rear, and the shoulder stays square. There's no slumping forward. Often you'll see archers slumping when they shoot. You can see here, I don't get the elbow rotated back. The shoulders are not expanded. And now I'll open up, and you gain about an inch of draw length there, if not more. Going back down, that's leaning over to the target. The back shoulder, string shoulder's not back, and now back up. Expanded in the shoulders with the rhomboids pulling. Here it is seen from the rear view, all the way back and in line, and you come much cleaner off the string. Now slump forward. When you've got good alignment, you get a cleaner release coming off the string and back down. Now we'll watch the elbow as the back clearly pulls the arm and shoulder to the rear. Remember that the rhomboids in the back are not in a line with the string, so they're not pulling directly backwards. They're pulling the shoulder and arm around in a rotational manner. The elbow is always a great indicator of whether the back's engaged or if the archer's pulling with the arm. If the archer's pulling with their arm and shoulder, the arm will come sharply directly back. If they're pulling with the back, then the elbow will come at a 45-degree angle backwards and down. You'll see the shoulder blade protrude some as the elbow comes around, and you see that J. From right there, it'll start movement backwards and then make a J back into alignment. The shoulders are square and expanded. And now when the string is released, the rhomboids will pull the arm backwards and around. Note where the bow arm remains after the arrow has gone and impacted the target, still looking through the sight window. Teachers frequently ask me if you could work on one thing, what would it be? The bow arm is it. Now, you can get away with a lot in the string hand if that bow arm is rock solid and doesn't grip the bow or induce error. Let the bow jump to target freely. Here's the same shot in slow motion. Now I'm not using a finger sling or a wrist sling here. That's just a piece of parachute cord or 550 cord tied to the riser to keep the bow from jumping out of my hand. Pretty simple solution. It also keeps the top limb from rocking back in a riser that's made to be shot with a stabilizer and doesn't have any weight for balancing. So watch the bow just jump to target and the hand stays steady. Next, I'm going to shoot a NFAA 300 round, and I'm going to show you the importance of both mental and physical conditioning. What you'll see is after 40 arrows, I start to struggle mentally to maintain my focus, and you'll see the groups change as I get to that point. For those not familiar, an NFAA 300 round is 12 ends of 5 arrows for 60 total arrows. I'll go through each end and show you where I begin to break down. I took a little breather between ends. This is total mental concentration, or a failure of mental concentration. I took that little break. When I came back, my mind wasn't right. And you see the group opened up. I shot 3 4s. I went back to the line, disgusted at myself mentally for the last round, and was focused on making good, mental concentrated shots, and you see the result. I can't overstate the mental game. Okay, these are arrows 40 through 45, and I shot some in the warm-up, so I think early in the season I'm suffering from a little bit of fatigue, both mentally and physically. You can see I'm breaking down just a little bit here on the 9th end. Well, I made a huge mistake here. I was having trouble getting on target, was going to let the arrow down, and the string slipped off my fingers. How it hit the target, I have no idea. It resulted in a 1, but somehow it hit the target. Really ruined a great round, but it happens. Okay, back on track in the 11th end, but I'm having to really work for it mentally now. I can tell that I'm having to really work for the concentration now. Well, I certainly didn't end it the way I wanted to. All of that is fatigue. Clearly the second half I broke down a lot. So there's the target after 60 arrows. I was really strong through 9 ends. So 40 arrows, really shooting strong. It's early in the season, it's January. Mentally I was breaking down. I had 1 out there with an attempted letdown. Got like 2 3s, 2 or 3 3s, and that's just unacceptable. They were all just a lack of focus mentally. Ended up, I was 144 the first half, and ended up with a 277 and 22 X's. The X count's great. Tells me that I clean up that little mental game of those that are out there, the outliers, and the score should be well into the 280s. So from 9th end on, really rough. Again, a great demonstration of how important mental and physical conditioning is for shooting this many arrows. This is a great little iPad app that you can get to score your arrows. It lets you see the concentration. You just touch the screen and put where the impact of each arrow is, and it keeps up with your score as you go. It's also good for record keeping to go back and look at. Well, I hope this video was beneficial to some of you. I wanted to demonstrate the importance of the rotation when the shoulders are square and expanded, and when the back is pulling that arm around. So happy shooting to all of you. I hope you have a great indoor season.